Today, we are meeting Dr. Angshuman Hazarika for his chapter, Corporate Legal Affair Manager, a career ladder to the leadership position in international business arena. Let me introduce Dr. Angshuman Hazarika. He is an assistant professor of ethics and business law at IIM Ranchi, India. He is also a visiting faculty at IIFT Kolkata, IIIT Ranchi, and Thapar School of Liberal Arts and Science, Patiala. He was awarded the Angela Merkel Scholarship by DAD, Germany, for his master degree at Europa Institute, Saarbrücken, Germany. He also obtained his doctorate degree from Saarbrücken University, Germany. Dr. Angshuman has worked as a research associate at Saarland University, Germany, and also worked in a leading law firm in India. The special focus of his research work is on investment arbitration, with focus on state-to-state arbitration and impact of investment arbitration on developing countries. He is also involved in works related to the interface of foreign policy, trade and investment, and he has worked on investment screening and dispute resolution mechanisms for trade and investment issues. His papers have been published in leading journals in the area such as Journal of International Arbitration, Indian Journal of Arbitration Law, Journal of World Investment and Trade, Journal of World Trade, and Asia-Europe Journal. With this, I welcome Dr. Hazarika to this open house forum. Dr. Hazarika, welcome.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure to join you here today.
Yeah. The MBA aspirants, you must be knowing there is a new career is coming up, and there is a new area of study. Students are opting for the BBA LLB course. Previously, people are opting for BBA, but now there is another track is coming, BBA LLB. And in deemed university, in IIMs, that is coming up. So Dr. Hazarika is a specialist in this course. So let us know more about this area of specialization in MBA. The first question directly I am putting to Dr. Hazarika. How well do the law and business course are blend together in India and in international? Because you have an international exposure in Germany and other countries. So what is the scenario in other country, and in which way India is coming up? Please.
Thank you, sir. Yes, that's a very relevant question. And to start off with, law and business basically cannot be separated from each other. So a few years before, the first thing that a person used to think when they used to start a business is, where do I get the money from? Where do I get the capital from? But today, the idea is slightly different. The idea is that, am I starting in the right way? Am I legally compliant? And am I in compliance with all the applicable rules? That's the first thing when he starts a business. So law and business are completely interrelated, and they are dependent on each other. Traditionally, this has been recognized because business law has been a part of both bachelor's and master's in business administration programs. It is a compulsory paper, I think, in most institutes for both the courses, both in India and abroad as well. So the interrelationship between law and business there is well known. The dimension which has changed is that now businesses have realized that they need people who can both manage the business and are well versed with the legal nuances of it. And this is the reason why this course on BBA LLB came into being there, so that we have managers who are well versed with the legal nuances of operating the business. The entire revolution of integrated 5-year program started with the National Law School of India, University Bangalore, which started the BA LLB program. But later it was realized that business cannot be far behind, and business management cannot be far behind. So institutes started this creative program to merge the BBA and also the law program, the LLB program together. And this gave rise to the 5-year BBA LLB that we see today.
Correct.
So the goal of the BBA LLB program is to produce a manager who is well versed with the operation of a business, plus one who knows how the business can be conducted in a legally compliant manner, because he also knows the legal nuances of operating the business. So that's the entire goal. And it is a course which is widely popular now. It has been taught across national law universities, many prominent national law universities, including the Gujarat National Law University, NLU Jodhpur, National Law University Orissa, and now recently even IIM Rohtak, through their integrated program in law, they have jumped into this bandwagon, and it is emerging as a preferred course for students because it provides them expertise in both domains, business and law, which are closely interlinked.
Many thanks. Nicely you have elaborated, and where the opportunities are there you have mentioned. Correct. Thank you. So my next question is, what is the importance of corporate law affair manager in an organization? What is his role, responsibility, and the job opportunities?
Right. That is a very key post in an organization. So you can know him by different designations. He can be called as a corporate law affairs manager. He can be called as a law officer. Some organizations called him as the legal manager. And there are assistants, of course, to it, assistant legal manager, assistant law officer, and the like. Now he holds a very key position in the organization, and his primary position, his primary domain work profile here is to maintain compliances in the organization, that the organization is legally compliant while doing business. Now, compliances may be both for day-to-day filings and annual filings and regular activities such as labor law compliances, but sometimes the business activity itself may require compliance, such as banks which are dealing with customers. The law officer in a bank is primarily entrusted with ensuring that all the documentation has been done properly for any business that the bank undertakes, or that all necessary contracts are in place with any customer who the bank signs up. So the role may be different. It is both for internal as well as external compliances, but the role is very critical. For internal compliance, it is ensuring that while the business runs smoothly, you should also be legally compliant, and that you are making all necessary submissions, you are making all necessary payments, and you're making all everything compliant with the law. But sometimes you may also have to deal with external parties, and you have to ensure that your transactions with those external parties are also legally compliant.
Correct. Thank you. The next question, of course, you have answered in your in this question. But, however, I'll put the question again. What is the path of education which can be chosen to be a legal manager? You have answered, but again, just repeat.
Yes, I'll be very happy to, in fact, yes, explain it in detail.
Yeah.
So the path to becoming a legal manager has, in India particularly, is two parts. First, you can choose to join the 5-year integrated BBA LLB program, which is a very good course for people who are looking to work in this domain. Why? Because it basically, the course offers you a good introduction to business, plus it also provides you a entry path into the field of law, because it also includes legal compliance and law, and finally it also provides you a license to practice law if you desire so. So that's a very good path. So the first path is, of course, through the BBA LLB program, where after passing out, you can expect to be placed as a legal officer or a legal manager in an organization. And it is the preferred path for most students, A second path, which is primarily taken in countries abroad, is through the program which is called a JD program, Juris Doctorate MBA program. So it is a program where you pursue an MBA along with the Juris Doctorate program, primarily offered in some premier foreign universities. But it's a very challenging program. JD and MBA are both challenging programs in themselves. So when it becomes JD MBA, it becomes even more challenging. So it's a very challenging program. Only the top tier students of the class are generally provided the opportunity. A third option, which is also now emerging in certain universities, is an MBA in law. An MBA in law. Now, an MBA in law program is not primarily a core law program. Instead, it's for someone who has business experience and would now like to know more about compliances. So it's generally a working professionals program, the MBA in law program. So for a student who is new into the industry, the two paths in India, it would be the path through the BBA LLB program, which is a very, very good program offered at many prominent institutions in India. Very popular program, highly competitive admission process. And if you're abroad or if you're planning to go abroad, then you can also look at the JD MBA program. It's also a very challenging program. It's a dual degree program, very, very challenging. But if you are up to the challenge, definitely you can think about that program as well.
Correct. Thank you. So you have nicely elaborated, but I must tell you that you have whatever you have added, it is for the tier 1 student, but we are discussing also who are little say fuzzy about what is what, and the student who are coming from the tier 2 city or tier 3 say towns, small town boys. So for them, please clarify where these are available and how someone will enter into this.
Exactly.
So are the courses available at the undergraduate and postgraduate level in India, and where they are available and how they should apply? Please.
Definitely. I'd be very happy to elaborate further, sir. So the BBA LLB program, I'll start off with that since it's the undergraduate program, which a lot of students who pass the 12th standard may apply to enter for. So the admission to the BBA LLB program is normally through entrance test. So it is through a national level entrance test. If you are planning to get into the premier national law universities which offer this program in India, you have to appear into the common law admission test after class 12. So students from across all streams can appear in the common law admission test, and depending on your rank, you will then be allotted a national law university through the common law admission test. Among the national law universities, the BBA LLB program is offered in the Gujarat National Law University, the National Law University Jodhpur, and National Law University Orissa. You may also choose to join IIM Rohtak, which also has an integrated program in law, FIV integrated program in law now, which also the admission process is through the common law admission test. Moving on, if you are looking at the MBA law program, it's a different domain altogether. There, the admission process is normally you'll have to appear through either the GRE or through the GMAT examination, but you have to secure admissions both into the law and JD program separately. But that is a different path altogether. It's also quite an expensive path to pay the fees for both the programs, but yes, this program is offered at the JGMBA program is offered at Harvard University through the Harvard Law School, the University of Chicago Booth School of Business, and the Carnegie Mellon University through the Tepper School of Business. So this is one path that you can look at. If you want to remain in India and you have not pursued law in your undergraduate program, and you are willing to enter into this domain, and if you have later in your life obtained a law degree, then you can also think about the MBA in law program. And the MBA in law program globally, the MBA law degree is offered at University of New South Wales in Australia and the Bangor University in UK. In India, similar program is offered at NMIMS in Mumbai. So that's something that you can look at. And finally, if you are looking at an MBA with specialization in law and you're planning to go abroad, then the full-time MBA in law and business at the New York University Stern School of Business is considered to be very, very good.
Okay. Thanks for the very, very simplified narration to the boys and girls who are studying in a small town. So they will be getting benefited out of this. Definitely. So my last question is, say a little bit I'm elaborating. For example, someone is joining in HR. Right. And so he will say go in the ladder and he will retire as a director HR. Right. Or say vice president HR. Similarly, in marketing or finance. So people will see that, yeah, I'll be in this and year I'll be retiring as director HR or
Right.
director finance or vice president marketing. So as this is a very new line, new area of specialization, what do you say at the age of retirement or at the age of 60, if someone is opting for this line, how far he will go and at which position he will reach in an organization?
Right. So you are referring to, sir, very experienced professionals.
Yes,
At this point, most of them can expect very high level postings, very high level postings. So at the top management level, if you have experience, let's say of 15, 20 years, you can expect a position as vice president or senior vice president in the legal or compliance domains.
correct.
What you can also think of is that if you had acquired a law degree somewhere earlier in your career, then you can also look at being the chief legal officer or
Correct.
chief manager legal or vice president legal.
Correct.
So these are expected to be very, very high level positions, and they are also decision making positions. That is very, very
Exactly.
crucial.
Exactly.
And nowadays, many organizations also have a position called chief legal officer. It's a CXO level position. And
Correct.
others, they have a separate position of director legal.
Yes.
So at this level, with so many years of experience, you are a valuable asset to any organization with so much experience, and you can expect C-suite posting at least at this point of time, and you can be also on the board of the organization.
Correct. Correct.
Definitely.
So very nicely you have explained
Yes.
that it is whoever is taking this say career, definitely he will go to the apex level, in the
Excellent.
level of vice president, director, or the stakeholder, because they are the crucial to the business, and they,
Absolutely.
they, they, they are the power dealer in any organization.
Right.
So very
Absolutely.
rightly, very lucidly you have explained all the things. I hope the young boys and girls will get enormous benefit out of this talk.